On October 30th this year, London Breed declared that the holidays are super spreader events. And she delivered the sad news that we can't celebrate anything this year.
What we've seen during holidays, sadly, is an uptick in the number of cases because people are choosing to come together. And sometimes these parties and these events and these gatherings, they could become super spreaders. It just takes one person who is infected to infect, all of the people who attended a party. Even though this year will be a sacrifice, the sacrifice is worth it.
The sacrifice is worth it, says London Breed. Now, it's your sacrifice, to be more specific, not her sacrifice. Just 8 days after making the declaration you just saw, London Breed was shoveling down some of the world's most expensive food at the French Laundry restaurant up in Napa. Like Governor Gavin Newsom, Breed is terrified of the dire public health implications of this pandemic we're living through, sacrificing for. But she's not so concerned that she's willing to endure any personal inconvenience, no matter how small it might be. No Christmas for you, but London Breed's got to eat. And right now, London Breed is in the mood for some celery root manicotti, followed perhaps by the all-day braised Snake River Farms beef cheek, $310 a piece on the tasting menu. The sacrifice is worth it. Steve Adler understands sacrifice. Steve Adler is the mayor of Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas is a pretty great place. Lots of people are moving there. It's one of the most charming cities that we have. If you've been to Austin recently, you may have noticed huge numbers of mentally ill drug addicts crapping on the sidewalks and stealing things and mugging people. Steve Adler did that. Steve Adler wants to make Austin, Texas most welcoming to the people who contribute least, and he's done that. He's also, needless to say, been extraordinarily worried about the coronavirus. So worried that Steve Adler has commanded his constituents to stay home for the duration. He informed them this from a timeshare in a Mexican beach resort. He'd flown there secretly on a private plane with a large number of people he is not related to. Sounds fun, but don't try it yourself. Steve Adler might punish you. Here he is.
And then we need to, stay home if you can. Do everything you can to try to keep the numbers down. This is not the time to relax.
Yeah, unless you happen to have a private plane headed to Cabo. Otherwise, stay home. That was Mayor Steve Adler's message to his people, delivered from the Mexican beach resort. So what do we take from all of this? Well, it's hypocrisy, of course. We point that out a lot, but it's deeper than that. The people giving us these highly specific orders don't believe the orders. They don't believe what they're saying, obviously. They don't really think that COVID-19 is very dangerous. If they thought it was very dangerous, they would be following their own orders. Of course. But they're not following their own orders.